So this is what I'm doing today. I'd noticed that the plexiglass here had popped out of this pane. I've removed everything. I didn't really have the urge to do documentation. I just wanted to get on it. But I'm kind of waiting on my battery for reciprocating saw to charge up. So basically you can see here, this plexi popped out of it while it was hung up. And so I've taken out both of these from here and I've removed the footboard from both sides because I noticed that this railroad tie on which all of this was built, brilliant idea, Dad, I love you, but come on. So this thing's being it was sinking down. And so now I've kind of custom built a piece to help jack up this bit that's right on it here. And I'm basically at a point here, I think once I get this battery charged so I can cut the rest of the railroad tie out, I'm going to put up a bracing piece of wood so that the other fill along this paver area on the patio doesn't collapse. Once I have that in place with these cut out, I've got them cut to just the size of the cinder block. And so basically I'm going to make sure that there's a little bit of a pea gravel bed underneath the cinder block, that it's nice and level and compacted. And then I'm going to get the cinder block underneath. And then at that point, if there's any lowering to be done on this, it will be lowered. But basically we're holding this up here. You can see even now it's still not perfectly straight, but this right here, this whole area was, instead of this, it was like this. So I've actually raised this up. You can see I've raised up almost an inch and a half here, and I got a little bit more to go, I think, before I place the center block. And then I've got another one going, that one right there. Has got something similar, but not as bad. So I don't think I'm doing that today because this is quite a labor-intensive process. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. Using my car jack, a little bit of construction know-how, and a little bit of landscaping know-how. We're going to get this done tonight. And then I've got new screws to put the boards back on and such and kind of build it back in. And then I don't know if I'll do it tonight or over the weekend or something. I'm going to start using the hot glue gun to reattach some of these plexis into their seating so that I don't have to use tape like that. So anyways, yeah, this you can see here from where it's been used to sitting versus where it is, there's warpage that's going on. This has been a long-term thing that I just didn't even realize was happening. I just thought it was a combination of the wind hitting the porch and the plexis expanding, or just general porch expanding at a different rate than the house or whatever. But it turns out that each of these straight acrosses has a 4x4, and each of those 4x4s eventually is going to need to have the exact same thing done because these are like 15 to 20-year-old railroad ties, and there's no gutter on that roof. It just rains straight down. So yeah, that is today's project's progress update. When I get something further or more done, I will do an update. Okay, second update. Got the cinder block in place. There's a whole bunch of pea gravel underneath of it, and I kind of leveled it out. And I had to fiddle it in and out until I got it a good level and even on the bottom. So then I've kind of filled this up here a little bit, and then as I got into there, I started backfilling with the pea gravel, so that's completely inside of the openings on the cinder block. These two boards here had screws that were down into the old railroad ties that were, of course, the ties were decrepitated, but the screws were still there, so I've just cut them off now. And this thing here, I had to cut the two top screws on it so that I could peel that back. There was where is it here? There were two, it's around here somewhere. There were two regular screws, and then there was a large carriage bolt, which is very rusty. I don't know where that's at, but it's around here somewhere. I had to get those all out from the bottom, so that's why it's sitting the way it is. So anyways, now this piece right here came off from all of its moorings as of me getting this thing sawed off, which means, I don't know, I'm going to have to try and figure out how to reattach or brace it. But yeah, so basically I think it's about the best height I'm going to get out of this. Any higher than that's not really realistic because I have to jack the porch up even higher, and I don't think that's a good idea at all. So now we will see what happens. I'm going to gently lower it. You'll be able to hear this all creak. This is going to be tricky with having this on here too, so let's see if we can't figure out a way to stand this up and watch it. God damn, come on. There we go. All right, so far so good. And you can see this thing came right off of it. But we're going to leave that in place for now and go take a look out there. Okay. So yeah, it's resting at least. So now I'm going to backfill the rest of it and put a landscaping block in front of there and kind of tap it in. And I don't know. We'll see what other updates we have after this. Okay, third and final update. I think I'm just going to band these together into one video. Upload them all at once. So this is lawn paver has been bumped up against and like stomped down right up against the center block, keep it in place. There's just enough room for this wood to slide in there. Got fresh screws on everything here. You can see there's a height difference between the two. And we're not exactly connecting with anything on the top here. Over here we are a little bit. And we got some newer, fresher screw locations here. So anyways, with that all done, I can put this back where it was. Kind of keep things from swinging out too. A lot of little bits of plywood and shit needs replaced. This could be rebuilt at some point, but first I got to get these cinder block situations figured out on all of these. So anyway, the next one I got to do is this one. And it's not as bad, but it is also sinking a little bit. And I don't know, we'll see what changing that did, because the whole porch creaked when I lifted and rested it. So go take a look on the inside here real quick. And I got to get to feeding the cats and go get myself some food. So as far as I'm going to go today, because tomorrow I'll have to be back at work, but we are reattached. Everything's back in. And unless this shit just falls off the end of the night or whatever, I need a little bit more gravel to fill in at some point. This gap here has more to do with the differing height of the other railroad tie, and this one may have really, really sunk. In which case, this is even so too low. But you can see here, this is really not slanting down too bad. And kind of undone some of that so that there's no like dimple in the middle. This is almost dead center on the house too. So yeah, when I'm laying in bed, I can hear this board across here expanding. I can hear the plexiglass when the wind blows, and it'll catch it and go funk. And then other heat expansion, like I said, but I've also been apparently hearing it sink. So and this is off. I'm just keeping it in place here just in case if I have to lift it up and make any changes, although hopefully I don't. But yeah, so everything's kind of reattached at the bottom as best as possible and connected to all of the vertical 2x and 4x all the way across. So I mean, it ain't exactly going to be secure. You could kick it out pretty easily because the wood's decrepit and old, but as far as security against outside critters and whatnot, it's not too bad. Next thing, free time over the weekend, I think I'm going to start redoing with these and then move on to other ones that need done, between ones here that have already been taped but are still slipping out, or that one down at the end, which I taped up and fit in, and I thought there was wire or something holding it in place or whatever, and then the wind blew and foomp, it came straight out of the frame. And also that might have been partly because of the sinkage. Let me show you that. Oh. Show you this spot over here. Real hard to see. But as you can see here, these guys are not supposed to be slightly down from the ends, but they are. So this one also just a smidge up, and then basically just kind of cut out, dig out, fill in. But this one will be trickier because I'm going to have to move the shelf and everything, and because God knows what underneath of there. So anyways, that's the current progress with this. That's as far as I'm going with it tonight. God, get out of my way, shit. I'm just trying to walk and this stuff is everywhere. Anyways, mission accomplished. Phase 1 complete.